who controls the web? The spider controls the web. And the spider is at a level that you never see. It's not Tony Blair, he's a strand. The Bush family, they're a strand. Even the Rockefellers are a strand. The real power that's manipulating all this, you never see. It operates from the shadows. So it's operating to a central dictated policy. And this is why you're seeing the same things happen in all different countries at the same time. It's because the orders and the policy are coming from a central point. We can work on the level of banking scams, political scams, manipulated wars, manipulated 9/11s, and we should, because we need to know that. But if that's all we're doing in terms of communicating knowledge, then basically we're operating in a cycle of this is the problem, but how the hell do we get out of this? We will never know how to set ourselves free until we understand the nature of who we bloody well are. How do you set yourself free when you don't even know you are? How do you set yourself free when you don't even know the nature of reality that you're living in and manifesting and making happen without your knowledge that you're making it happen? You can't. So alongside the information about, the 5 sense level of this conspiracy, if you like, we have to just as powerfully, I would say more powerfully, communicate the nature of reality and how we are creating our reality and how we are allowing it to be created for us by having ourselves programmed with certain beliefs, certain perceptions, and all the rest of it all the time. The two must go together. Otherwise, we're never going to get out of this. If I tell you that's a computer and you are infinite consciousness, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm telling you what you've forgotten. Because what happens is you come into this world and with this knowledge suppressed, it's like someone once said, you imagine you come into the world and someone tells you that 2 and 2 equals 5. Your parents tell you that from the earliest age, 2 and 2 equals 5. You then go to kindergarten and nice teachers tell you that 2 and 2 equals 5. You then go to school and teachers at junior school, senior school, they tell you 2 and 2 equals 5. By now, all your mates who've been through the same system, they're telling you 2 and 2 equals 5, and if you say it equals 4, they laugh at you. You then go to university, and professors with letters after their name, moustaches, they say 2 and 2 equals 5, Oh, no, it equals 4. No, I've been doing this 50 years. I've met all the best brains in the world. It equals 5. That boy will not go far. And then you turn the...
Actually, running out of time, we have 2 phone calls. So we're going to go to them right now. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, yeah, I have a statement.
Go ahead.
I pledge eternal hostility towards every form of tyranny that plagues the heart of men and women. Oh, hi, Alex. It's Mike.
Hey, Mike. Congratulations. Thank you for reminding me to plug Clyde Lewis's show, 10 to 12 Sunday nights, and his Talk to You film, Mike, about the prophecy blueprint. The end is here. This constant bombardment of propaganda that's trying to influence us into believing that there is no hope, Mike, that we can't do anything, that we have no power. And it's important for people to realize that they're being fed a disgusting pile of... it's good to hear from you.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to touch on precisely that subject, Alex, and here's what I have to say about that. Okay, people need to do some research about something called trauma-based mind control, okay? And here's the thing. Trauma-based mind control uses a few things, and I'll be brief, Alex, okay? One of the things is that it does is it convinces us by traumatic events that we are nothing more than beasts. Like how the news is constantly barraging us with negative story after negative story after negative story. It's not by accident. Okay, it's to distract us. It's to convince us that we're monsters because they want to turn us into them. the best defense we can have against this form of tyranny, Alex, is quite simply to smile, to have a good time. Okay, if we can look at each other as brothers and sisters and cooperate with each other, there's nothing this evil system of tyranny can do to harm us. It's all about making us into them, turning us into these weak little simpering, only concerned with our material goods or the acquisition of it, and it's sickening. But you know one thing, I almost feel sorry for the elite, Alex, because that's all they know. All they know is this form of tyranny. They're slaves to being masters. They're afraid to let go of it. Okay, I mean, when I was bullhorning David Rockefeller's house in New York, one of the things I said through the bullhorn, he probably wasn't even home, but it was a symbolic gesture. Okay, one of the things I said to him is, why don't you people think about your own psychology? I mean, you have to go out into the woods and practice this ritual called cremation of care, the destruction of conscience. Okay, they have to keep themselves in this state, in a mental state where they can feel superior to us, and the only way that they can do that is to convince us that we are small, weak, and animals.
You got it.
So, and yeah, what's going on in the media right now? Two major stories, Alex. Okay, we've invaded Haiti. Okay, it's a military takeover.
Military base.
Complete invasion of Haiti, and we're running stories in the media about how it's
Mike,
a charity
15
event.
seconds, because I'm going to take one more before we head out. But yeah,
Sure.
Haiti, gold, iron, copper, oil, it's on.
Absolutely.
Let's be watchmen at the door. Let's keep each other informed. Thank you, Mike. We'll talk soon. Mike, a good friend, did a lot of work to help out outside the box and put in certain protests on YouTube, especially when we had information about the vaccines. He's got about 500 channels. It's kind of interesting name for his YouTube channel, but it's youtube.com/catrapesdog99. That's youtube.com/catrapesdog99. But he's got some amazing videos. Last caller, you got about 1 minute, and we're going off the air. Go ahead, fire away.
Alex?
Yeah, we're off the air in 30 seconds to a minute. Go ahead.
I just want to encourage all your watchers to call in and do whatever it takes to demand to have your show on the air. And I want to thank you for such a great run. And one of my favorite things about you is you're always pushing a message of peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for seeing that and understanding that. Thank you very much. This is going to be a very, very interesting year. Our minds are much more powerful than some of us know. But some of us in the herd, amongst the sheeple, are beginning to wake up to things we never dreamed we'd wake up to. Seeing things, experiencing things that are happening now that when we were a little kid, if somebody would have told us this was going to happen in our future, we would have thought they were freaking nuts. So now that you're here and you're informed, you know what's going on, the question is, what do you do next? And you need to ask yourself that question, because I am not in a position to give you that answer. Part of your life path. We'll see you next week.